It's Madden NFL 23. And up next is Xavier Howard. He's entering rarefied air with every interception, now up to 12 this season. It's the Dolphins and the Browns, next on Madden Football.
From beautiful South Florida, here's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Miami Dolphins. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Dolphins in our ball game here. Their offense is a unit that's not afraid to take chances out there, but not always for the better. What do you see them trying to do here?
I think they'll continue to take those chances, Brandon, but to me, they have to do it in a measured way. And what I mean by that, they can't just come into a game and throw caution to the wind and just say we're going to run a bunch of gadget plays, a lot of reverses, end arounds, all of those things. They've got to identify the spots where they want those plays to pay off, which means you have to set them up, and then when they present themselves, take full advantage.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taken from about the 12. The Browns on their way out now for the first time, and we'll also get a look at the player brought in from Houston to run this offense, and that's Deshaun Watson.
And he makes it so difficult for all defenses because when he's got the ball, it's hard to say when a play is truly over because he can create from any spot on the field and in any situation, even when it appears that he's contained. When he's running your offense, a big play could arrive from any possible spot.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt, and able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. On second down and 4, Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Now it's Watson. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Watson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
And here comes the Miami offense now, and it's the Southpaw in his 3rd season at the wheel for the Fins. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
This guy's leadership is so important to how this offense functions. He doesn't shrink from any moments on game day, and everything he does with confidence. He sets the example in practice, off the field, and is the guy leading everyone out for each possession.
They'll start here with Gaskin. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
Holding offense.
Unbelievable.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover. Going to the air, Tagovailoa throwing quickly to Wilson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive, he burned him, and I think it's the last time they called his number in this one.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken just shy of the 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson, 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that is incomplete. On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So Miami coming out for their second drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. .33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely, because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time,
under pressure again, and down he goes again. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Here's Hill on the return. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Miami set to take over. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. Wilson's got it complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Here's Mostert, toss left side. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you to the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. On the carry, this is Myles Gaskin. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He is going to find Hill here. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Tua. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That one complete to Myles Gaskin. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Tua on 4th down. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a give to Mostert running right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. He will push his way down to about the 14. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Now Tua. Caught by Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Here's Tua. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A gain of 9 there. Sets up second and goal. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Fielded right around the 8. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And they coming off, not for the first time this year, mind you, a tie last week. Charles, their second of the year.
Yeah, it's definitely been a strange season for them because, let's face it, one tie, that's pretty rare, and you might get 1 or 2 in a season in the NFL. But 2 in a year is something that just doesn't happen because since overtime was introduced in 1974, I just looked it up again. No team has had 2 in a year. Unusual circumstances for this team.
A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
They'll run right side with Mostert.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Out route to Hill, complete. He'll get it inside the 20.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 18. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Myles Garrett just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Tua sets up to pass it. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch.
Touchdown, Dolphins! Tyreek Hill from 21 yards away.
And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of the play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Sanders on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A 10-play drive that time.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
That was good too. If the defense can't penetrate, make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
After the turnover, it's Tua. He's got Wilson, middle of the field.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
From the 38, Tua. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one good for 37 yards. He had 1 touchdown earlier, nearly a 2nd one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Here's Mostert.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami.
Raheem Mostert with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in after report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Sanders now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Browns now going to take over late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Watson's throw taken in by Cooper here.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Sliding out of the pocket, and he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Watson off play action. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Corey Bojorquez now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. So the 2 teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you 2 in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. On to a look at the next-gen stats for the Browns in that first half. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts. As you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Once again, it's Mostert. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. Tua going to throw. And a completion to Wilson. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the 2nd half.
To throw is Watson. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Now it's Watson.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And he wisely will throw that one away. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Watson now to throw.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Watson looks to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he is going to have a Browns 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. 2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Watson.
He'll get this one underneath to Hunt.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson looking middle, and that's complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the 1st.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. And some room to maneuver.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They'll try the air now with Watson. They'll go screen here to Hunt.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Watson on third down. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Browns first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Going old reliable there to the slot on third down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? You go with a bigger guy to try and use size. You got to try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. Touchdown, Browns!
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Browns have cut it back within a score.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Tua.
It's Hill, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball. They leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. They complete it to Hill.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. A handoff running left is Mostert.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. They're going deep for Hill and unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game. Well, that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a one-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores.
Cleveland offense making their way out. And still just down 1 score. We'll see how big of a role that missed field goal plays, because it, of course, could have pushed this to a 2-possession deficit for them.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground, and he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run again with Hunt. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Back to throw, Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before.
Kevin Stefanski consulted with his guys above, and they've told him, throw that challenge flag.
The previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So for Kevin Stefanski, a smart decision to throw the flag.
On 1st and 10, Watson.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging and blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Watson.
He'll find Schwartz complete right side.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? They'll set up a throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming from the right hash, and this one just a chip in.
York able to send this one through.
And that'll bring them back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Miami's offense set and ready to go.
They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
57 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in his second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. To throw on 2nd and 6.
Tua.
That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 39-yard line.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. He is going to find Hill here. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
A run with Mostert up the middle. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
From the gun, a run with Mostert.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Tagovailoa looking to throw it. And it's caught. Touchdown. Mike Gesicki, a 16-yard touchdown.
And the Dolphins will add to their 4th quarter lead. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays.
And it all concluded with a touchdown pass to the tight end, Mike Gesicki, taken from about the 12. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So now it's Watson and the Browns.
Down by 11, a minute 39 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. The Browns trying to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away.
Finding Hunt.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. And that is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
On the NFL scoreboard, 4th quarter now at Soldier Field. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And it was the Lions who emerged victorious in that one. A win, if they can get it, would be their first on the year.
Down to an knee goes Tua, and that should just about do it.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slide.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years.